My name is Efril Cudal, and I am doing this video to show to you my solution in the following problems. So, as for the number 1, an article in the TAPS March 1986 presented data on green liquor Na2S concentrations in grams per liter and paper machine productions in tons per day. The data as follows. So, as you observe, the table is still not incomplete or is still not complete. We need to fill the missing data in the X column and the Y column in order for us to find the answer in the X squared, and Y squared column. So, first, I want to explain how did I get my answer in the X squared, and Y squared column. So, for example, in number 2, I get the answer in XY column because I multiply the X and the Y. So 42 times 520 is equals to 21,840. So for the X squared column, I multiply the X by itself. So 42 times 42 is equals to 1,764. And for the Y squared, I multiply the Y column itself. So 520 times 520 is equals to 270,400. So, as you can see, the number 4 in the X column has a missing variables. So, in order for us to fill the missing variable, not only in number 4 but as well as in number 8, 14, and 20, we need to look for the table 3 and follow its guidelines. So, in number 4, it was stated in the table 3 that in the fourth missing data, number 4, the number in the table 1 corresponds to the last letter of your first name. So, the last letter of my first name is L. So, I need to look what is the number indicated in the L letter in the table 1. And it was number 22. So the number corresponds to the missing variables in the number 4 is 22. So now, we already fill the missing data in the number 4 in the X column. So we can solve for the XY already. So 22 times 430 is equals to 9,460. And now, we can solve for the X squared as well because we already have we already fill the missing data in the number 4. So 22 times 22 is equals to 484. So we already fill the number 4 from the X, Y, XY, X squared, and the Y squared column. Number 8, we just need to do the same procedure as what we did in the number 4. So in number 8, we need to look for the table 3 and follow its guidelines. So, the 8 missing data number in the table 1 correspond to the second letter of your surname. So, second letter of my surname, and it is U because I am Cudal. So, when I look at the table 1, U correspond to number 32. So, the missing data or the missing variables in the X column, number 8, is 32. And now, let's solve for the XY. So, 32 times 579 is equals to 18,528. Now we can also solve for the X squared as well. So 32 times 32 is equals to 1,024. We just need to follow the same procedure in the number 14 and the number 20 as well for the X column. As well as in the number 17, because number 17 it also have a missing variables in X. So Now we already have completed the missing variables in the X column using the guidelines in the table, table 3 and the help of the table 1. So now we also have a missing variables in the Y column, and it was stated in the documents that in order for us to get the missing variables in the Y column, we need to get the sum of the 1 to 10 of the X variable. So as we already completed the column in X, or the numbers in X, we have to solve for 1 to number 10 in order to get the missing variables of Y. So 39 plus 42 plus 49 plus 22 plus 45 plus 43 plus 47 plus 32 plus 44 plus 43 is equals to 406. Now we already have the value of the number 1 in the Y column. Now let's get the missing variables in number 20. So it was stated in the documents that the sum of number 1 to 8 in the X column. So 1 to 8. So 39 plus 42 plus 49 plus 22 plus 45 plus 43 plus 47 and plus 32 is equals to 319. And that is the missing variables of the Y column in number 20. Now, as we already solved for the missing variables of the Y column and the X column, let's complete the table now. And now, as we complete the table, we need to get the sum of each column. We need to get the sum of x, y, xy, x squared, and the y squared. So, the overall total or sum of the x column is 817. While in the y column, it is 11,795. For the xy column, it is 501,826. For the x squared column, it's 36,729. And lastly, the y squared column is 7,236,213. And now, we have the complete table already. As we already have a complete table, we can finally answer the questions in letter A as well as the questions in letter B. First, in the first question, the letter A, find the simple linear regressions model with X is the green liquor Na2S concentrations and Y is the production. So, we have the formula for the B and for the A. For the B, summation of square xy divided by the summation of square xx. And for the A is equals to mean of y minus B multiplied to the mean of x. But before we we get the final answer for the b, we need to get the value of the summation of square xx and the summation of square xy first, as well as the mean of x and the mean of y. So we have different formula for the summation of square xy and the summation of square xx. For the summation of square xy, it is summation of xy minus the quantity summation of x multiplied to the quantity summation of y divided by the numbers. So as we already completed the table and get the sum of each column, we can finally solve the questions or answer the following question. So the summation of xy is equals to 501,826. So the summation of xy is here, and it is 501,826. For the summation of x, it is 817, and the summation of y, it is 11,795 divided by n. Why I divided by 20? Why 20? Because we have a total of 20 numbers indicated in the table. So 501,826 minus 817 multiplied to 11,795 divided by 20 is equals to 20,000.25. So we already have the value of our summation of square xy. And now let's solve for the summation of square xx. It has a formula of summation of x squared minus the quantity summation of x raised to the power of 2 divided by n. So the value of x squared is 36,729. So we have 36,729 here. For the x, we have 817. So we have 817 here raised to the power of 2. So 36,729 minus 817 raised to the power of 2 divided by 20 is equals to 3,354.55. So this is the value of the summation of square xx. As we have the value of the summation of square xy and the summation of square xx, we need to get the value of the mean of x and the mean of y in order for us to solve the a. So for us to get the summation of x, we need the formula of summation of x divided by n. So as we all know that the summation of x is 817 and the n is 20. So 817 divided by 20 is equals to 40.85, and that is the value of the summation of x. And for the summation of y, we need the formula summation of y divided by n. We have here 11,795. Summation of y is here. So the total sum of the y column is 11,795. So we have 11,795 here divided by 20 is equals to 589,000.75, and that is the value of the mean of y. We have the value of the summation of square xy, summation of square xx, the mean of x and the mean of y. We can now solve the b and the a. So to solve for the b and a, we need b is equals to summation of square xy divided by to the summation of square xx. So the value of our summation of square xy is 20,000.25 divided by to the value of summation of square xx, which is 3,545.55. It's here. It is equals to 5.962. So 5.962 is the value of our b. And now for the a, the formula of a is the mean of y minus b multiplied to the mean of x. So the mean of y is 589.75 minus to the b, which is the 5.962 multiplied to the x, which is 40.85. It is equals to 346.202. So we already have the answer for the b and a. For the b, it's 5.962, And for the A, it's 346.202. And now let's solve for the B, or the question letter B. Find the predicted value of y prime corresponding to x is 56. So let's put that x here is 56. So this is the formula of the regression line. So y prime is equals to a plus b multiplied to x. So as we already have the value of the b and a, we can solve it now. So y prime is equals to a is 346.202 plus b which is 5.962 x. So in number 2, in another step, 346.202 plus 5.962 times 56, because let's put 56, let's put x as 56, so we need to multiply it as 56. So 346.202 plus 5.962 times 56 is equals to 680.74 or 680.1. Answer the question number 1. And let's proceed to the question number 2. Or the question number 2. Compute and answer the question below about the lot size and number of man-hours in Westwood Company. In doing so, provide the missing data in X variables in the table 5. First, using the guidelines in the table 4. So as you observe, we still have an incomplete data here. Just like the question number 1, we need to find the missing variables in the X column as well as in the Y column in order for us to answer the XY, X squared, and the Y squared column. So first, I want to explain how did I get the XY, X squared, and the Y squared numbers that I indicated here. So for the XY, we need to solve, or we need to multiply the X and the Y. So 40 times 77 is equals to 3080. For the X squared, we need to multiply the X itself. So 40 times 40 is equals to 1600. And for the Y squared, multiply the Y itself. 77 times 77 is equals to 5929. So we have a missing data in the X column in number 4, 8, 12, as well as in the Y column in number 4, 11, and lastly the number 14. So first, let's find out the missing variables in the X column. So in order for us to fill the missing data in the X column, we need to look for the guidelines in the table 4. So using the guidelines in table 4, it was stated that fourth missing data, number in the table 1 correspond to the third letter of your first name. So the third letter of my first name. So it is R. So when I check it to the table number 1, R correspond to number 29. For the number 8, I also check it in the table 4 and look the numbers in the corresponding numbers in the table 1. So for in the 8 missing data correspond to the third letter of your last name, and the third letter of my last name in the table 1, it corresponds to number 14. In the number 12, the 12 missing data correspond to the last letter of your last name. So the last letter of my last name, I check it in the table 1 and it corresponds to number 14. So now we have a complete column in the X variable. Find something. In the observation number 8 in the column X, I said earlier that it's R, but it's because I thought it was the first name, but when I read it again, it's the last name. So my last name is D, and when I check the table 1, D in the number 14 correspond to letter D, so it's not letter R. I just made a mistake earlier. So I'll continue my discussion. So as I complete the table in column X, now let's find the missing variables in the column y. But it's different in the question number 1 earlier, and how we get the missing variables in the table I mean in the column y. Now we have to solve in order for us to get the missing variables. So in number 4, we also the column y is also missing, so we need to solve it using the formula 2x minus 15. So we need to solve it. So 2x 2 times x in the x column, which is 29, minus 15. So 2 times 29 minus 15 is equals to 43. So in number 4, in y column, the missing variable is 43. In number 11, 2 times 30 minus 15 is equals to 45. And in number 14, 2 times 70 minus 15 is equals to 125. So now we already complete the column x and the column y. Let's solve for the x squared and the y squared in order for us to complete the table. So we doesn't have an xy in number 4, so we need to let's solve for it now. As we completed the table and filled all the missing variables, let's get each column's total. For the x column, it has the sum of 657. For the y column, it has a sum of 1,425. For the xy column, it has 72,836. For the x squared column, it has 36,983. And lastly, the y squared column, it has the total of 166,889. So now we already got their summation. So for the x, we have 657. For the y, we have 1,425. For the xy, we have 72,836. For the x squared, we have 36,983. And lastly, the y squared, we have 166,889. So, as we already completed the table, let's answer the other question for the number 2. For the question letter A, provide a scatter plot of x and y variables and give interpretations of the graph. Compute for the slope A and y-intercept B of the regression equation. I used the Microsoft Excel to get the scatter plot of x and y.
In order for us to identify or interpret the scatter plot, we need to solve for the regression equation first. Let's start to answer the question B.
For the question letter B, write the regression equation. So, it is just the same procedure in the previous question as we did earlier. We need to solve for the summation of square xy and the summation of square xx, as well as the mean of y and the mean of x for us to solve the b and the a. For the summation of square xy, it has a formula of summation of xy minus the quantity summation of x multiplied to the quantity summation of y divided by n. So, as we already completed the table earlier, we can now indicate the corresponding number in the formula. So, summation of xy, it has a corresponding number of 72,836 because it has the total sum of 72,836. So, minus the summation of x, which is 657 multiplied to the summation of y, which is 1,425 divided by 14, because we have the total 14 number in the observation number. So 72,836 minus 657 times 1,425 divided by 14 is equals to 5,962.785. So this is the value of our summation of square xy. For the summation of square xx, it has a formula of summation of x squared minus the quantity summation of x raised to the power of 2 divided by n. So, the summation of x squared is 36,983. It is here. The total sum of the x squared minus 657 raised to the power of 2 divided by 14. 14 because we have the total 14 number in the observation number. So, 36,983 minus 657 raised to the power of 2 divided by 14 is equals to 6,150.928. So, and this is the value of our summation of square xx. And now, let's solve for the mean of x and the mean of y. In order for us to solve for the mean of x, we need the formula mean of x equals to summation of x divided by n. So the summation of x is equals to 657 divided by 14. So 657 divided by 14 is equals to 46.928. So 46.928 is our mean of x. For the mean of y, we need the formula summation of y divided by n. So our total sum of the y here is 1,425, which is, we indicate her. So 1,425 divided by 14 is equals to 101.785. And this is the value of our mean or the mean of y. So, as we already have the value of the summation square xy, the summation square xx, the mean of x, and the mean of y, we can solve now for the a and for the b. So as for the b, it has a formula, summation of square xy divided by the summation of square xx. So 5,962.785 divided by 6,150.928 is equals to 0.900 963. So this is the value of our B. For the A, it has a formula of the mean of y minus b multiplied to the mean of x. So 101.785 minus 0.963, which is the value of b, times 46.928 is equals to 56.593. This is the value of our A.
Now, as we solve the question letter B, we can interpret the scatter plot already, and, and it resulted from positive linear relationship. It is a positive linear relationship because B is greater than 0, which
As we already get the value of our A and B, we can now solve for the question letter C. Predict the value of y prime given x is 65. So the linear regression formula is y prime is equals to a plus b multiplied to x. So y prime is equals to 56.593, which is the value of our A, plus 0.963, which is the value of our B, times x. So 56.593 plus 0.963 times 65, because our x here is predicted as 65. So 56.593 plus 0.963 times 65 is equals to 119.2. As we already completed the table 2, which is the green liquor Na2S concentrations and the paper machine production, we can now answer the questions in the number 3, which is compute the percent correlation coefficient, the R, and the Spearman rank order correlation, or the SR, of A, the data set of green liquor Na2S concentrations and the paper machine production. First, let's compute, or let's solve the percent correlation coefficient using the formula. R is equals to N times the summation of xy minus the summation of x times the summation of y, divided by the square root of open bracket n times the summation of x squared minus the summation of x squared, and close bracket, then multiply to another open bracket and multiply to the summation of xy squared minus the summation of y squared, another close bracket. So R is equals 20 times 501,826 is equals to 10,036,520. So 817 times 11,795 is equals to 9,636,515. 20 times 36,729 minus 817 raised to the power of 2 is equals to 67,091. 20 times 7,236,213 minus 11,795 raised to the power of 2 is equals to 5,602,235. So another R, 10,036,520 minus 9,636,515 is equals to 400,005. 67,091 times 5,602,235 is equals to 375,859,548,385. We need to solve the 2 in order to get the R. So 400,005 divided by the square root of 375,859,548,385 is equals to 0.65. So it was stated that the correlation coefficient suggested a strong relationship between the green liquor and A2S concentrations and the paper machine production. Rank order correlations, or the SR, we have two tables here. This table is, we can see the green liquor and A2S concentrations, or the X, and the paper machine productions, or the Y. This is the ranking table. In here, we can see the numbers from the highest to lowest of the green liquor and A2S concentrations, or the X column, and the paper machine productions. I indicated 12 here because 39 ranked as the 12th highest number among the column in the column X. 11 is the 11 because 42 ranked as the 11th highest number in the X column. We have 1 here because 55 ranked as the highest number in the X column. We actually have 1 because we have 55. So the second highest number is the number 54. Also, in the paper machine production, we have 1 here because 750 rank as the highest number in the paper machine productions, and we have 19 here because 406 ranked as 19th highest number in the Y column. So we also have D column and the D squared column. So in order for us to get the answer in the D column, we need to subtract the X and the Y. So 12 minus 19 is equals to negative 7. 11 minus 15 is equals to negative 4. 4 minus 13 is equals to negative 9, and so on. For the D squared column, we need to multiply the D itself. So 7 times 7 is equals to positive 49. Negative 4 times negative 4 is equals to positive 16. Negative 9 times negative 9 is equals to 81, and so on. The total amount, the total sum of the D squared is 461. Already completed the table. We can now solve for the Spearman rank order correlations using the following formula. SR is equals to 1 minus 6 multiplied to the summations of D squared divided by N cubed minus N. So SR equals to 1 minus 6 multiplied to 461 because it is the summations of the D squared column earlier in the table, divided by 20 cubed minus 20. So SR equals to 1 minus 2,766. 2,766 is the answer of 6 times 461 divided by 8,000. 8,000 is the answer of 20 cubed minus 20. So SR is equals to 1 minus 2,766 divided by 7,980. So SR is equals to 1 minus 0.35. So SR is equals to 0.65. So it has a strong relationship. So the green liquor in A2S concentrations and the paper machine production has a strong relationship. As we already completed the table 5 of the number 2, we can now proceed to answer the letter B of the question number 3. So for the B, data on lot size and number of man-hours, Westwood Company. First we need to solve for the person correlation coefficient, or the R. So the formula is R is equals to N times the summation of xy minus the summation of x multiplied to the summation of y divided by to the square root of open bracket N multiplied to the summation of x squared minus the summation of x squared, close bracket, then another open bracket, multiplied to N, then multiply to the summation of y squared minus open parenthesis the summation of y close parenthesis cube, then close bracket. So r is equals to 14 times 72,836 minus 657 times 1,425 divided by the square root of open bracket 14 times 36,983 minus open parenthesis 657 close parenthesis squared close bracket, then another open bracket 14 times 166,889 minus open parenthesis 1,425 close parenthesis square divided by square close bracket. R is 14 times 72,836 is equals to 1,019,704. 657 times 1,425 is equals to 936,225 divided by the square root of 14 times 36,983 minus 657 squared is equals to 86,113. So 14 times 166,889 minus 1,425 square is equals to 305,821. So R is equals to 1,019,704 minus 936,225 is equals to 83,479 divided by the square root of 86,113 times 305,821 is equals to 26,335,163,773. So R is equals to 0.51. The correlation coefficient suggested a moderate positive relationship between lot size and number of man-hours. For man-rank order correlations, we can see two tables here. For this table, we can see the lot size and the man-hours. Lot size is the X and the man-hours is the Y. And the other table is the ranking table. This is the lot size column and the man-hours column, the D column and the D squared column. So we have 6 here because 40 rank as the 6th highest number in the lot size column. We have 7 here because 35 rank as the 7th highest number in the X column. We have 1 here because we have 280. 280 and 80 is the highest number in the X column. We have 2 here because 70 is the second highest number indicated in the X column. It is just the same in the man-hours. We have 9 here because 77 is the 9th. Because we have 9 here because 77 rank as the 9th highest number in the man-hours or the Y column. We have 1 here because 145 is the highest number indicated in the man-hours column. 5 here because 125 is the second highest number in the man-hours column. So, in order for us to answer or get the number in the column D, we need to subtract the lot size and the man-hours. 6 minus 9 is equals to negative 3. 7 minus 12 is equals to negative 5. 4 minus 10 is equals to negative 6. 9 minus 14 is equals to negative 5. 1 minus 11 is equals to negative 10, and so on. For the D squared, we need to multiply the D column itself. So, negative 3 times negative 3 is equals to positive 9. Negative 5 times negative 5 is equals to positive 25. Negative 6 times negative 6 is equals to positive 36. Negative 5 times negative 5 is equals to positive 25, and so on. As we already completed the table and get the summation of the D squared, We can now proceed answering the Spearman rank order correlation. Let's answer the Spearman rank order correlation using the formula. SR is equals to 1 minus 6 multiplied to the summation of d squared divided by n cubed minus n. So SR is equals to 1 minus 6 times 320 divided by 14 cubed minus 14. SR is equals to 1 minus 960. 960 because 6 times 320 is equals to 960 divided by 2744 minus 14. So SR is equals to 1 minus 960 divided by 2730. SR is equals to 1 minus 0.35. So SR is 0.65. Moderate relationship. So the lot size and the number of man-hours has a moderate relationship. And that's all. Thank you.